Hello and welcome, dear human family, to another video update here on this channel. And I'm grateful to have you here. And I'll be speaking about the watershed moment that has just occurred and has changed the world forever. The world will not be the place that it was before, as is recognized within the Hermetic tradition of the principles under which our experienced universe is experienced is that things are always in fluctuation. Nothing is ever in a state of rest. And this is what we're seeing now. Any moment can change the destiny of humanity. Any action an individual takes can change the course of destiny for our species. And what I see happening right now is massive waves hitting the shores of this reality. Waves of truth hitting the shores of this reality. And ladies and gentlemen, we're all on the beach here, witnessing those waves hitting. And humanity might need some time to digest what has happened and is happening in this world. However, you can't hide the truth forever, which is the reason why we are absolutely going to win this war that is being waged first and foremost on our minds. And just a few days ago, I hardly ever watch any interviews about the scamdemic because I'm more involved in the research of the fundamentals of the problem that we have in the world and the predicament we find ourselves in. But a few days ago I shared a video of a funeral director, unfortunately I can't remember his name right now, who was interviewed by Max Egan, who blew the whistle on what he has experienced ever since the beginning of this crisis. And it was an amazing interview. Actually, it was only him speaking. It was absolutely profound, and it got watched like in 2 days. I think it got watched like 750,000 times on BitChute, which is a really high number on this platform. And a few days after that, today when I woke up, that was the first thing that I saw after I did my Qigong and meditation session. That's the first thing I saw was the interview by Project Veritas with a woman called Jody O'Malley from the US. And she has captured the situation in the hospital she works in through video footage, and it's nothing but stunning what she's put together there. And inside 13 minutes, this 13-minute clip that was put together can change the course of history forever. And this is why this dark force is trying to control humanity. This is why this entire control system is so brittle. Because at any moment, at any point, a human being can make the choice to say enough is enough and pull the trigger. And this is exemplified. This is a direct action of the heart speaking. When she says in the interview that, what sort of a human being would I be if I didn't share this? information that she knows of. Exactly. That's what we need to do. With knowledge comes responsibility. That's the flow of energy in this universe we're in, that is governed and that is embedded in the fabric of our reality, are the consequences of the behavior that we choose. And there's consequences to our behavior, and our behavior is dependent on our own awareness and of the information we have access to. And she chose to blow the whistle what is going on. And you see some very insightful statements in there from the doctors working there, from nurses, like also there's staff from the hospital that say, well, this is just policy in here and we're just enacting the policy that we're given because we're working for the government. Very insightful. This is why I like to talk a lot about law, real law, and the consequences of criminal activity and criminal actions, and tolerating being complicit in criminality has its consequences. And it's just amazing what has just happened. And today I also want to remind the viewers that today we have the 21st of September. It's an equinox day. And that's very powerful. I myself, if I may share my own experience right now. So I put together the video yesterday, and to be totally honest, I myself am a bit underwhelmed with my work right now. I want to be better than I actually am right now. However, that's all good. I'm happy to just share the ideas that are going through my mind, what I'm working on. Although I'm not especially happy about my work at the moment, but that's fine. I'm learning to be happy with my best try that I do, and that's, I think, what all of us as a human, as humanity, can share with each other. We just have to do our best each and every single day, and to not fall into the trap of self-critique. I mention this because I'm a specialist in this. That's why I talk about a lot about Wetiko virus, because I myself have suffered from Wetiko for many a year, and that's why I'm in a position of authority now to tell you how we can alleviate and heal this Wetiko mind virus inside of us. And when we recognize that this Wetiko mind virus is underlying the entirety, the entire causality of all the problems that we face in the world, then we can truly transform ourselves and then transform the world. And what Jodie O'Malley did there in this interview is the healing to Wetiko, which would tell you all the time, the Wetiko mind virus would tell you all the time, oh, don't do this, oh, you can't rock the boat, oh, what would you live from if you do that? You lose your job, you lose all your security, you lose your career, as she also mentions in the interview. And then the heart kicks in, the true self, the healing to the Wetiko virus. The true self comes in and says, nah, I know there's much more to this life and I want to find out. Shall we? Let's find out. You know what happened after she did the interview? This is not even a day old. There was a fundraiser that was done for her with more than $60,000 inside no time, inside 5 hours or so after the interview was published and released. What do you say to that? Scarcity in the world? Not if you're doing the right thing. Not if you're doing the right thing. Can you see how the pendulum is swinging the other direction now? They're running away from us now. We're not afraid anymore. This is enough now. This is the red line that shall never be crossed. And they're running from us now. Something is changing in the energetic fabric of reality. And I can only say I'm feeling this massively at the moment. I wrote this actually today in my diary. I actually said, I feel like this is gonna be a really great day today. It's gonna be brilliant. And the Wetiko mind insert, the manipulation, the basis of all manipulation, was trying to tell me, what are you to think of? You've been not feeling right the last month or more. You've not been feeling that happy, have you? Well, no. It has been very tiring, very trying. However, I now realize that I've fallen into the trap again of putting too much pressure on myself. Believing I need to constantly do in order for the world to change. I didn't realize that there's times of action and times where you come back to yourself and I find it troublesome for me to take breaks, take time for myself, meditation, and just be in a state of being. And then I'm hard on myself and I'm my own worst enemy due to a lack of trust. Key issue. Due to a lack of trust in humanity, in other people, that they themselves are going to do the right thing, and that I serve my individual piece of the puzzle in order to resolve it. And that's why it's so healing for me to see what Jodie O'Malley has done today with that interview with Project Veritas. And kudos to Project Veritas for doing this. It would be great if we would have more investigative journalism like that. I mean, of course you're gonna hear other people talk about their controlled opposition, like David Icke's controlled opposition, and like you can't trust anyone. Well, everyone has their place in the world, and this is what is going to happen more now. Watch humanity come forward now. This is our planet. This is our story. And the story of humanity has an open ending. And we're not going to end up in this transhumanist, dark occult dystopia. Because we've made a different choice. And you, representing the involutionary force, people in government, in the intelligence agencies, in the think tanks of the dark occult, and the satanic cults, you are the ones most possessed by this Whittaker mind virus, believing you're all powerful, believing that you're God, believing that you can just make up any laws however you want without having to take any responsibility, and laugh at humanity genociding itself. But you're about to find out who's gonna have the last laugh. Great times ahead. Realize that your life and the entire trajectory of the world events can change at any moment. Remember, everything is always in a state of vibration. Nothing ever really rests. And with every choice we make at every moment, every day we wake up is a new start. And now it's time for us to change the destiny of humanity too. This is our story. And then when we do that, when we take the leap of faith, like Jody O'Malley has done, you take the whole world back, and we take the whole planet back. Have a lovely day. All the very best to all of you. Much love. Bye bye.